dos, y un, dos, tres, y... Bueno, sí. Camina. Rico, rico, rico. Y como dice mi coro que sigue ahí. Escucha mi salsa buena, abre la ventana. Escucha. Ahora estamos gozando hasta la mañana. Escucha mi salsa buena.
Hello YouTube! My girls and I took a week-long trip to Cancun and Tulum in Mexico and stayed at the Riu Cancun. Highly recommend this resort as it is affordable and all-inclusive. I had an amazing time on this trip. So let me walk you through the best activities to do while you are in Mexico. Now we gotta start off with day one. So the bus picked us up at 7 a.m. sharp to take us to the Xplor Park, which is a part of the Xcarent Parks. It takes about 2 hours to get to Playa del Carmen, which is where the Xplor Park is located. Now, this park is no joke, and I have the black and blue marks to prove it. So if you don't want to get your hair wet and you prefer relaxing and looking pretty on a beach or poolside, then save yourself the hassle because this place is not for you. But now I will shut up for a little bit and let you enjoy the montage of that day. Oh my God, they're going! I love them! Look at it go! Look at it go! Say hi! I'm back! And now we're moving on to day two, which was our free day and when our fourth girl on our trip joined us. So we had a cute beach day, took tons of photos, even walked off the resort to get food and also to party. The Riu Cancun was in a perfect location because the restaurants, bars, and clubs were all a short 5 to 10 minute walk, so we never had to take a taxi while we were there. And Cancun is very touristy, as most of the bars and clubs are only playing black music like rap, reggae, Afrobeats. It is just so weird. And more onto the Vegas vibes, it's very much a place, what happens in Cancun stays in Cancun. Day 3, Adventure Day. Lord, did I stare death in the eyes like 5 times. And you'll see here how I am visibly annoyed at how unsafe these zip lines feel. Even standing on the platform was scary because it shaked. It was the absolute worst part. But off of the horrible zip lines, let's move to the happiest part of my day where I felt at home on the ATVs. Whew. I was driving so reckless on this thing. We almost ran into the ATV in front of us several times. We almost ran into a tree. We even almost flipped over. It was awesome when our screams of genuine fear turned to joy when we realized we weren't going to die and we stopped and I stopped it from flipping over. Also, if the lady in front of us knew how close we came to her, she would have had a heart attack. There was literally only an inch separating us when I would finally stop the ATV so many times. And also, you can see how I drove through every last puddle and was so dirty at the end, but I loved it. I felt so alive. Day 4, Chichen Itza. As I mentioned before, Cancun is very touristy. So it was wonderful when we stopped in a town called Valladolid and finally saw Mexicans that were not the workers at the establishments we were going to. You know, one's just walking around freely living their lives, so not an area just geared to Americans and Europeans. And so this tour on day 4 picked us up at 6:30 a.m. for a 2-hour drive. So I learned a plethora about the Mayan culture and spirituality. So this Mayan town that we were at, Chichen Itza, has a temple here called El Castillo. And these stairs are considered the pathway to heaven. And when you clap your hands at the base of the pyramid, the song of the sacred Mayan bird, Cucucan, will echo through the air. Listen closely as we did it.
Okay, I just need to point it out for the people. You understand?
Hello world! We're in Mexico! Black girls take Mexico!
Is this for your travel vlog?
Yes!
Y'all here? Oh, it's hot.
Day 5, we move on to another Mayan town called Tulum, which translates to the wall. And let me give you a little tidbit of other cities and areas translation. So Cancun translates from Mayan to mean snake's nest, and Yucatan, the peninsula, means I don't understand. So the Mayans kept saying Yucatan when the Spanish conquistadors were asking, where are they? And then the Spanish conquistadors thought they were saying an actual location. So that's how it was named. I thought that was a cool little tidbit. So moving on. Tulum is not as touristy as Cancun. Like, you'll actually see locals walking around and enjoying the ruins as well. Unfortunately, Tulum will probably become another Cancun, especially since Mexico is planning on building an airport in Tulum. While in Tulum, we also visited cenotes as well and learned that the Mayans used to sacrifice people in them for their rain god. It was seen as an honor to be sacrificed and would elevate the family's position in the community. And to be sacrificed, you would have to be a virgin, which meant that it was usually young kids who were being sacrificed. And you had, I don't know if it was a choice, but the two options of being sacrificed is either drowning in the cenotes, in the entrance to the underworld, or having your heart taken out. Well, I will leave you on that note on how the Mayans used to sacrifice young children. But all in all, I would highly recommend Cancun and Tulum to people, and make sure that when you're there to do all the adventure and cultural activities that you can. Until my next adventure, adios.